Welcome, dear audience, cultured and knowledgeable, to another installment of this not-so-humble video column. Today we'll review another acrobatic move from this week's fourth T. Those that, unfortunately, we've already gotten used to, where reality surpasses fiction and shamelessness exceeds any known limit. Today the focus of ignominy falls on two legendary figures, a true example of the new morality that they promised us. The Morena deputy Pedro Haces Barba, and the leader of a criminal organization linked to him, even if he denies it, yes, of the recently captured Edgar Rodriguez Ortiz, also known as El Limones. Let's get to it. Today I want to talk about a little angel who truly embodies the hypocrisy and falsehood of the so-called Immaculate Fourth Transformation. I'm referring to the leader of CATEM, whose initials could very well stand for the Autonomous Center of Scams and Extortionists of Mexico. El Limones tragicomedy and Pedro Haces selective amnesia. El Limones, leader of a criminal group in Durango, and simultaneously, a star operator of the Autonomous Confederation of Workers and Employees of Mexico, CATEM. The labor union created and led by the Morena Congressman Pedro Haces Barba has just made history in the arrest records. What a story. It's clear he's no ordinary street thug. We're talking about a heavyweight of organized crime in its most unionized form, accused of kidnapping, extortion, and criminal association. A resume worthy of the best figures of the Fourth Transformation. And here's where it gets interesting. The twist that makes you wonder if we're in a comedy sketch or the worst political criminal drama. Following the capture of his disciple, the perennial union leader and now honorable deputy of Morena, Pedro Haces, stepped into the spotlight, not to deal with it, but to avoid responsibility with a cynicism that would make even the most corrupt Institutional Revolutionary Party or National Action Party members blush, saying, "Remember, I don't know him. I categorically deny that he belongs or has ever belonged to my organization," says Pedro Haces in a video posted on his social media. Seriously, Pedro, do you really think we're that gullible and that stupid? Because look, I don't have a Teflon memory, and most importantly, social media is full of your close and direct relationship with this little angel. And no matter how much you try to erase the evidence, the internet is the graveyard of political hypocrisy. We have photos, videos, and posts everywhere you look, where El Limones not only appears at street events, but he's standing right next to you, Pedro, side by side with the logo of your workers' union. The same one that, by the way, both of you are wearing in a video where you're both praising the lady from the welfare office, so she would keep covering up both of your acts of corruption. He seemed like your shadow, your union godson in Durango. He is, plain and simple, the living proof that CATEM, more than a labor union, became a placement agency for organized crime. Ironically, under the protective umbrella of the movement that promised to end corruption. Come on, Pedro! It's a slap in the face with a closed fist to all the citizens who still believe in the rhetoric of honesty from your shitty party. Pedro Haces, your attitude is pure hypocrisy, lies, and shamelessness. Immediately disowning him is so crude and childish, it insults even the most clueless person's intelligence. You trust that only the chimpancheiros, who always applaud you, will believe you. But the people who actually have dignity, you can't fool them anymore, dunces. You guys really love acting dumb on your own. To top it off, here comes that idiot Ricardo Monreal, your loyal sidekick who just looks away. The play wouldn't be complete without the public defender's chorus. No, sir. He steps onto the stage with dramatic lighting and 80s ballad music playing. The distinguished Senator Ricardo Monreal, another heavyweight and a huge corrupt, by the way, which surprises no one, also from Morena, who, in a press conference, gave us a gem of complicity and cynicism, very much in the style and spirit of Gloria Trevi. With that song, With My Eyes Closed, the idiot says, "I believe Pedro Haces. Some photos are not evidence of anything. I take photos with many people I don't know." That's basically what he said. Come on, Monreal. Please have some dignity, if you still have any. You're telling us that a collection of photos and videos shows a criminal in uniform. Being part of a political group like CATEM isn't proof of anything? In this country, people have gone to jail for much less. This is a corporate defense, with the Morena elite protecting their operators regardless of their ties to organized crime. So you and Pedro Haces, go fuck yourselves. Monreal's statement makes him not just a liar and accomplice, but also another cog in the machine that launders criminals. This isn't simply a political mistake. It's undeniable evidence of organized crime's ties to the Fourth Transformation's leadership. We call them a narco regime, yet these sons of 1,000 pigs still get outraged. Unbelievably shameless. As if the picture wasn't already dirty and cynical enough, here comes Mrs. Cover-Up. In another scene of this tragicomedy, we see the ever-charismatic Claudia Sheinbaum, who alone believes she is the president of this country, heading the National Public Security Council. There, the lady put on the cloak of legality to call for reducing extortion within a year, calling it the biggest current challenge. Can you be more hypocritical? How convenient! While the Haces gives grand speeches on unifying local laws against extortion and announces prosecutor Ernestina Godoy joining the council. Another example of Morenista impunity. Her union operators like El Limones are precisely accused of being the main extortionists in their states. What a damn mess. Reality is tough, Claudia. While you're calling to reduce extortion, the criminals from your party, from your elite, operate with total impunity. The only response unit we're seeing is the blatant protection of criminals who are embedded to the core in Morena. Pedro Haces, Adan Augusto, Mario Delgado, Monreal, Rocha Moya, Durazo, Bartlett, and many others. Come on, Claudia! Your corrupt government keeps deceiving citizens with a rhetoric of honesty and justice that is absolutely false. They only care about protecting their circle, keeping power, and building their multi-million-dollar empires, like the Pedro Haces one, a union enforcer who used criminal and political ties to gain wealth. I hope, and I'm saying this with my fingers crossed, that Omar Garcia Harfuch has the guts and the freedom to investigate Haces as well, because the capture of El Limones is just the tip of the iceberg. Meanwhile, Sheinbaum should pay less attention to what her other mentor, the Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro, is doing, and more to the rot she has at home. Hopefully Uncle Trump, who, by the way, isn't so wrong in his criticisms, keeps putting pressure on this administration, so that, for once, justice reaches the untouchables and not just the middle management. Because up until now, all we see is a narco regime that mocks us in broad daylight. What do you think? I'll read your comments and see you Monday. Remember that you can make your donations via PayPal. You can find the information in the comment box. Because of you, this channel remains active. It's very important to subscribe, like, and press the bell to receive notifications every time there's new content. Thank you.